You know what? I truly believe that me being laid off has created an identity crisis for me that I didn't realize that I had, and I don't really realize, or I guess to say, know how to navigate it. And it's not so much that I was so identified with my job, but the fact that having a job, I felt responsible. Um, it's so interesting because now being laid off, I've been laid off coming up on, I guess, 4 months now today. To the date, it's 4 months. And I really am in limbo. I feel really lost, as in a sense of where to go. And when I say that, it's just that it's the whole job thing, like applying for jobs, knowing what the market is right now. And I'll just be completely honest, I don't apply for jobs every day. I don't even go looking for jobs every day. And I know I could be so much efficient in that. Like, yes, applying for jobs all day, every day, looking for jobs. There's weeks, or there's been a weeks that's times I did not look for a job. I didn't apply for anything. But it's like, you need a job. But I just feel so almost like stuck and a little bit lethargic, where I feel like I just want to be still, but then I also need to move. But then will I just be moving in a state of panic, in a state of fear? Because I'm trying to make sense of what is going on. And to be honest, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't think any one of us really know what's going on or how to prepare for it. And but I'm also doing things, but even as doing those things, I feel like I'm not doing enough. And maybe that's the mind fuck of it all. Because technically, ever since July, I was wanting to get really. Ever since July, I've lost 20 pounds because I was like, okay, if you're not doing anything, try to do something physical. I worked in finance and in banking. And so as of now, as of September, I've been working towards becoming a certified fraud examiner. So I'm working on that. I'm working on technical skills as well, but I feel like it's so much easier to work on things outside of employment, if that makes sense. Everything is about how can I make more money, and it's like I'm tired of thinking about how to make more money. Because to be honest, when I was in my job, I was getting stressed out. I was over it. And I was over it for many reasons. I was over it because, one, I know that's not the career path that I want to be in. Even though, as of right now, I am still doing more to further myself in that career path. And I think it's because I know that this career path is beneficial. I've learned a lot in it. And what I'm doing, it applies to real life, and it does apply in, everyday life with global markets and just finance and in fraud and detection. But I also know I only got into this because what I was going to school for, I had to stop. And that was performance related. And trying to get back to it has been very hard. It almost feels impossible. And another thing that also that I keep, yes, it's the political climate, it is the social climate, it is the economic climate, but also another thing that just keeps coming up, that I know is just going to always come up, is this year is coming up on the 4th year that I lost my mom. And being motherless, as I'm going through all of these, I feel like identity shifts in a crisis, that is hard. because I just feel like I have to figure out everything on my own. And even when I ask for help, or even if I think to go to someone for help, it's just like everything feels like it's unfamiliar. It feels like a big weight to carry. It feels like, oh, I have to figure out who this person is. Do I like them? Can I trust them? And also the abandonment after losing my mama is something that I really have not acknowledged and sat with. And there's so many things that I want to do. And I feel like I'm also in a space where I'm afraid of the very people that I feel like that have abandoned me. I'm afraid of them possibly seeing me trying and their opinion of it. And I'm like, I should not give a damn. But I do. But I do. And that is a real feeling. It is the truth that it's like people who I'm upset with, people who I feel like have wronged me, and people who I feel like I wasted time being truthful to, being honest to, giving my respect and love and adoration to, I still value those people's opinion of me. And so trying to come up with a new career, or not even just a new career, but trying to further myself in my career. Also, really wanting to move abroad. This climate has exacerbated that, but I've always wanted to travel. But then I'm like, well, you don't have a job right now. How are you going to make money for it? And I've thought about things like DoorDash, Amazon Flex, and I don't think that I'm above it, but I also think where I live at honestly is keep showing my strap. Where I live at is about 50 miles, a little bit about 50 to 60 miles from like the major city where I am. So I'm also thinking if I do that, I would have to drive to the major city, do it there, and then come back home. At that point, will it even be like, will I actually see, like, will I actually make any money to actually pay for things? Everything will be in maintenance to my automobile, to my car driving. And then I also be thinking, but you don't have any kids. You don't have anything to kind of hold you down. But at the same time, I feel held down in my mind and in my spirit a bit. And it's so weird. I've asked for all of these changes. I even wrote them down. And I feel like I'm having to let go of everything that I ever thought was a part of my identity and a part of my being. And not having a mother here, especially in the physical sense, it feels like I have to do all of this on my own. And then before I lost my job, before I was laid off, I was the breadwinner. So even now, I feel like I'm tired. I don't even feel like worrying about having to figure shit out. Like I feel tired of having to figure stuff out. And then I'm like, you're not the only person. You are one of millions. And then I have those days where I want to do it all. And then I also have those days where I'm like, just be one of eight, just be one of over 8 billion people on this planet today. But legit, I truly feel as if my layoff has brought me to an identity crisis on where and what I'm at, where do I go, what do I do? And I know I'm one of many, but this is just how I feel right now. And I'm sitting around here trying to make notes for videos I want to cover, especially my reviews. And I'm like, just make this video because this is honestly what you have on your heart right now. Because I know I spend so much time being stuck in these thoughts and just ruminating in them. And I feel like I'm talking out loud over and over again and not getting anything done. And then the things that I do accomplish, it's like I can't appreciate it because I'm so inundated and weighed down by this big thing like, oh, I don't have this job or I don't have a job or things like that. But feel like I'm for real going through an identity crisis, and I feel like, am I being lazy or what? But it's just the honest feeling that I have right now. This is another vent. Another vent. Um, I don't want to say like, comment, subscribe because I feel like I'm just a little too early on in my YouTube journey to say that. But I feel like I'm talking about something that a lot of people can relate to. So if you watch this video, please comment, or please, if you're going through the same thing, I'm more talk about it. Let's connect on it.